What's up guys, it's Nerdbug coming at you with another episode of But Does It Spin? Today we're going to be opening something kind of interesting. It is not Beyblade, but is like Beyblade. And these are what they so call, here at least, Super Gyro. The word giro in Portuguese means spin, so it's kind of like super spin. The other words are in Portuguese in this box, so I'm guessing that's what it means. The interesting thing about this toy, however, is that they were originally here in Brazil under a different name, which is their international name, I think, because I did find some of them online on other countries under the name of Battle Blader Burst Battle. And this is what it is. Here, it's kind of like a mixture of that first generation Infinity NATO with the metal ring on the outside, but then with Beyblade Burst, because they do burst. But yeah, so these were here in Brazil a long time ago under that name that I said, Battle Blade Burst Battle, yeah. And then they were gone for a few years, and then now they're back again under the name Super Gyro. The boxes, I feel like they were better quality back then, the first time around, because these words, they actually used to be hollow. They used to have this holographic effect to them. You could feel the texture on the letters, but you can no longer in this one. Not only so, but each of these tops, they had a name. No longer. They're called VB491. All of them are called VB491 Gyro. You can see this. There's several different ones here, but they're just called Super Gyro there, and they don't show their name. But I do know that they each have a name from that first time they were around. I do remember they used to have a name. I wasn't able to pick up any of it back then. They're long gone. But yeah, here they are. They do come apart, so you can assemble them, but it's more like the burst Beyblades, because you can see the driver here, you can see the forge disc kind of thing. It's like a plastic thing that goes here. I can show you later how to do it. But yeah, so as you can see, I did pick up 4 of these because these were extremely cheap here in Brazil. I paid about 18 reais for each, which is like $3 maybe, $3 each. So it is extremely cheap. That said, the quality is kind of cheap as well. But we'll see. So let's open this. The thing is, I already did open it, so I can show you what is inside each box. They each come with like a manual and a card of their respective blades. Let me focus that up. And it shows like a stat there: attack, defense. Does it say defense? Yeah, defense, balance, and lasting. I'm guessing lasting is stamina, but yeah, attack, defense, balance, and lasting. So yeah, here it does say Heims, so maybe that's his name. I don't know if that's the name of the character or the blade. And back here is just black and white. This one, interestingly, was not one of the 4 that I got. None of them. This one, of course, this one was this box. And this one, I don't know if it was wrong or if the cards are random. But then this person's name is Asda. And the stats there. You can see that the blade here looks different than everything else here as well. So it's not one of theirs. And then here we do have Bayosi, and that's this one. And this is a Bard. So I think that's the name of the characters, not this, because I remember the names being like a composite word back then. Interestingly enough, they do have like a rock, paper, scissors system thing going on. I don't know how that works, but it is what it is. They come with a manual as well on how to put the blade together. The blade together, the all these different things. Oh, apparently they used to have a Fierce series, and then now there's the Burst series. The Burst series we do have. The Fierce series does look like the Metal Saga base, kind of inspired on that at the very least. That said, I've never seen those before. They each came with a launcher as well. I did get 2 of them in yellow on blue and 2 of them on blue on yellow. So that's kind of balanced, which is nice. The launchers themselves, they're not that great. They do look similar to Infinity NATO stuff, but they do look different. Here is the Infinity NATO one. You can see that there is like a straight edge and then an angled side, and this is just both kind of angled. So you cannot launch Infinity NATOs with this. You cannot launch Super Gyros with this. Also, another thing is that it is not smooth at all. It's creaky. It makes a lot of noise. I don't like that. Whereas the Infinity NATO ones, smooth, no noise. This is, I don't know, and they're all like that. It's just kind of weird. Now for the blades themselves, here's a funny story. I did open this one first, and this one, as you can see, is it's a blue bottom layer, yellow middle layer, and then light blue, right? The thing is, what I got from it was slightly different. The design is definitely that one, yeah. You can see the three feathers, and then it's definitely that one. But the color is different. It's red, purple, and dark blue. And so I thought, maybe I got a rare variant, right? Because it is the exact same looking one, just a different color. So I thought, hey yo, maybe it's a rare color variant that I got my hands on. And then I opened this one. And this is red, yellow, and orange, yeah? What I got was this. So this is definitely that same design. Three, it's like, it doesn't have these, like these 3 lines here, but like you can tell that it is supposed to be the same one, yeah? But do these colors look familiar to you? It's red, purple, and dark blue. So I'm like, what are the chances, right? At this point, I'm like, am I just ultra lucky, or is there something going on? So I opened this one, and this one I'm like, well, this one is red, purple, and red. So, it's very similar to this already. It's just at the top is red. And what did I get? It is definitely that one, heart symbol, right? It is supposed to be that. The red and purple is right, but then the top is blue again, just like the other one. So I'm like, what is going on? Like, when I spin them, I'm not gonna know their difference, right? So I was like pretty bummed out, and then I opened this one, fully expecting to see the exact same colors, but then this one was slightly different. It's red. Instead of purple, it is a blue, a dark blue, and then yellow. Still not the one that is supposed to be on there, but I take it. I was like, I'll take it. It's different. It's different than the other 2. Why not? The other 3, I mean. So this is what we have. The drivers, they're all exactly the same. This one is different colored. It is red, but they're exactly the same. And as you can see, they're like similar driver to Beyblade Burst. I don't have any Takara Tomy Burst base with me at the moment to see if they would fit. But even if I did, I'm not sure I would want to try it. That said, we can get some fake base at some point and then try to see if they work. And then remember how I told you on the other episode, on the Infinity NATO episode, how I said this one doesn't doesn't rattle, doesn't make any noise. It's very sturdy. There's no moving pieces, right? Well, this is the opposite of that. Can you hear that? The driver moves around. All the pieces kind of jiggle around, and it makes a lot of noise. That said, it is pretty heavy. It does have the metal layer. So let's open this up to show you how it works, to how they supposedly burst. I did test spin this a few times. I wasn't able to get it to burst, but it is what it is. It's got some gunk on it, and I think that's oil, like old oil. But yeah, so as you can see, I don't know if it's focused, but as you can see, this is definitely a Beyblade Burst driver. It looks exactly like it. It's just all in purple with a metal orb. So that part we can understand, right? That part is easy to understand, just like Beyblade Burst. But then, what are these pieces? It separates into several pieces that I don't recognize. But this part, at least, you can see that it's kind of like the forge disc part, but then the metal part is only the outside. So it's like they separated the forge disc into three parts. It is this, and then the top here. So like this is what would be the forge disc on the Beyblade Burst, and they just separate it maybe to save costs, to not make the whole thing in metal, so that they can only make the outer layer as metal and then inside as plastic. And then this part would be, I'm guessing, the layer and the chip. That said, they do have teeth instead of slopes. You can see that just by looking at it, you can already see that the plastic is a much lower quality plastic. And I'm afraid that if I, like, you can already see it kind of like flaking here. I'm afraid if I disassemble it enough times, then this might all just die. So anyway, let's there you go. You just put it back together the same way you would a Beyblade Burst. But then it still jostles around, still moves around and whatnot. But the idea is that. So like I said, it is similar to this in the fact that the outer layer of the impact points is metal. A lower quality than this metal, I think. I think Infinity NATOs are still heavier. But then they put a burst system to it. It is cool. Like I said, it is extremely cheap price-wise, but they're cool. I think for the price, like I did say, like they're like rattly and whatnot, but I think for the price of like $3, come on, I think this is pretty good with launchers and everything. So let's test this bad boys. So we'll use the Infinity NATO Stadium just because it is like very sturdy. So, you know, the metal points, I wouldn't be too afraid of just launching them here, because I kind of don't feel safe launching these onto my my official Beyblade stadiums. So we'll be launching on these just to see how they do. We'll do a test launch first. You can see that the launch was pretty smooth, despite the launcher being creaky and weird, but it does spin quite well. Another thing about this launcher is that it spins right, or you put it the other way around, and it spins left. So there's like 4 holes, and you can just put in any hole and then pull it, and it will work. So it will work either way, anyway. So that's kind of cool about these, I guess. But you saw that it wobbled a little bit there, right? Towards the end, they do, because the Beyblade itself kind of rattles. I'm guessing that's why towards the end it does rattle a little. That said, they do spin for a good amount of time. They do spin pretty strong, quite fast as well. So it is, like I said, again, for the price of $3, I think it's fantastic. It's a fantastic product. That said, it is a sketchy product, I guess. What with changing the name after a few years and whatnot, it is definitely not as good of a product of Infinity NATO, and obviously not as good as a product of Beyblade. But you know, to play around for this price, why not? Why not? And it's not like they've been trying to copy the other products, right? They did try to I mean, they heavily based their stuff on other systems, but like the design and whatnot, they did try to make their own thing. So I think that is okay. Although with the name change, I'm wondering if the first company went bankrupt and then the second company just bought that, just reprinted it and then released it out into the world with a different name, maybe. There you can see the wobbling starting. It is not spinning. It's not very centralized, I guess, the spinning. That said, it has been spinning for a long time, like I mentioned. So we will try a battle. Why not? We'll do a battle. Since three of them are the exact same color, we'll use the one that is not the same color and then one of the other ones that is the same color. Let it rip. They do spin really hard. They hit really hard. That said, I do remember saying that this stadium was pretty boring, right, guys? Like, they don't... I might have to move them towards the center to see if they fight. There you go. Whoa, that was a really strong hit. That said, the outer layer, the metal... Holy crap. I don't know who won. They both lost. But, like, the outer layer, this metal is pretty thin. And the way they're hitting each other, I'm wondering if this will break at some point, you know? Do you guys remember the Metal Saga base? After enough punishment, they would eventually, the metal disc would eventually break. And so I'm wondering if the same thing will happen to this, because I imagine that the metal in here is much cheaper than the metal the metal Takara Tomy used with their base. Let's do one more. Do an angle. Can you hear that? It's pretty crazy. Oh, they're getting closer. They're getting closer. There you go. Oh, that clash. It hits so hard. Damn. Okay, so yellow won. But yeah, pretty crazy battles. Hits very hard. I don't know how long this will last. They definitely didn't burst like they said they would. The teeth are there, and I did twist them, so I imagine they will burst eventually. Who knows? Who knows? That said, they do hit really hard. It is fantastic to see, but again, it is just $3. So like, I don't know. I feel like eventually they would break on me. They haven't yet, and since it was $3, why not, right? So that's what I had to show you guys today. I hope you enjoyed that. I did enjoy that very much. And yeah, if you enjoyed that, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet to see more contents like this. We will be bringing more Beyblades and more weird spinning tops onto our channel for this series in the future. So stay tuned. So I'll see you next time, and until then, stay nerdy, guys.